Hello, Florian. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you very much for joining us today. So first, could you please introduce yourself? Who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Florian Jasche. I'm working at the Fraunhofer Institute for Applied Information Technology. We are located in Bonn, in Germany, and I'm a researcher and a software developer.
Thank you very much. And why are you doing research?
Yes, that's a good question. So I'm very curious and I like to learn new things and research gives me this opportunity to get in touch with various of new topics and especially in my research field about human-computer interaction. I get in touch with a lot of people and get insights to their work, and that's very interesting. I get insights of things I never knew before, and it's very interesting to see how other professionals are working.
So you come from FIT. Could you present your organization?
The Fraunhofer Institute for Applied Information Technology, short FIT, is one of about 70 institutes of Fraunhofer. We are located in Bonn, as I said before, and we are doing research in different topics, but mainly about information technology, so mainly human-computer interaction, software engineering, data analytics, and also some machine learning. And we are working in different projects, in national projects, EU projects. We have projects especially with industry, but we also work closely with government and the general society. And the department where I'm working, the human-centered engineering and design department, is very focusing on the human and how to involve humans in the development of new technology. And here we use a couple of different methods like design thinking to come up with innovative ideas, but we also do prototyping and implementing these new artifacts or technologies. And later on, we also do usability tests or user experience evaluations.
I see. It is very interesting indeed. And you are also part of the AD4GD project. Could you explain what it is about?
AD4GD is about, I would say, creating a data space for Green Deal relevant data. So to understand this, Green Deal or the European Green Deal is the goal, or the goal of the European Commission is to be climate neutral until 2050. And for this, there needs to be a couple of policies to really achieve this this goal. And one part during this, let's say, travel to be climate neutral is to create these policies, and therefore the policymakers, for example, need scientific-based support. And with our project, we try to collect data for this policymaker and provide some insights how they really can create policies to make you climate neutral. And we are focusing, of course, on climate change. We have topic about biodiversity, air quality, and stuff like this. And overall, the data space we will create is for sharing all this data and make them available to a couple of different stakeholders, as I said before, policymakers, but also citizens or just companies from the industry.
And as FIT, what will be your core role in this project?
So our role in the project is to keep the human in the loop during the development. So we are responsible for the requirements definition, especially from the viewpoint of the users, end users. And we conducted several interviews. We will do design sprints. So to keep the human involved during the development. And another responsibility of us is to create the interfaces, the graphical user interfaces for the data space. We will implement these and later on in our use cases do evaluations how they fit in the use case.
Very nice. It is indeed very important to keep the human in the loop. And now, on a more broad basis, why would you say the project 80-4GD is important and what can it change?
So 80-4GD is important because currently all the different data which we use in this topic regarding the Green Deal are very splitted and fragmented all over the place. There are so much different platforms where we get the data. There are different data formats, different models, and all these will bring changes when we want to combine the data or even when we just want to work with the data. And 80-4GD wants to simplify this with the data space, having more or less a central entry point to find data, makes them accessible, reusable, interoperable, and that's why 84G is so important. So we can really simplify the process of working with the data.
Very nice. Thank you very much. I know you have already mentioned it, but in a few words, who would benefit from 80-4GD?
So from 80-4GD, basically everyone can somehow benefit, but there are some special stakeholders which maybe benefit a little bit more. So as I said before, policymakers, but also companies working in different domains can build up new business models based on the available data, creating new services, stuff like this, but also citizens. So very normal people can get on the data space, maybe can see data from the region, get a better overview, let's say, about air quality in their region, what factors may be relevant for climate change in their region. So we envision that more or less everyone will benefit from our project.
Very nice. Thank you very much. So we're slowly reaching the end of the interview. I have one last question for you. So the last question is, what is your dream for the future?
So for the future, my dream for the future is that, of course, a lot of different companies, stakeholders, citizens will join our data space because without participants, the data space is not really worth. So we need you, people listening here, participating in the data space to make it work. And I hope, or my dream is that we can facilitate some processes regarding policies or how policies are made to help decision makers and all of this. And of course, my dream is that we can support in a good way the climate change, so we can more or less stop it or reduce it with our efforts, or we can yeah, somehow support it. Yeah, that's what I would say is my dream.
Thank you very much.